The secret to chess is not moving, by the way. That is one of the little known secrets. Not moving, more thinking. See everything about your possible destination before you move. Always look back and see what you could have done better, what you were planning on doing, and what succeeded, what worked, and what didn't. Always look back at your games, review, and learn. Studying the game in its entirety is the way to go. You have to develop all parts of your game equally in order to increase in strength, because opponents are going to be weak in various areas of the game, and if you can win 2 out of 3 of the areas of the game, then like on American Idol or any of those voting survivor shows, you will move on to the next phase. If they're attacking your rooks, threaten the queen. If they're attacking your queen, threaten checkmate and pawn. And in all cases, you can counterattack with check as an in-between move. Counterattack, the #1 tool, recommended by grandmasters.
It's really all about your diet. You know, you are what you study. And if you study great players, you play great chess. Playing blitz with Hikaru Nakamura, or regularly playing blitz with someone who literally shows you glaringly what you're doing wrong, like that. There is no substitute for the old-fashioned, you know, just getting slapped across the face when you make a mistake. Just no substitute.
The problem is that right now, I believe that Ron is the better player, and nothing's going to change that. The only person that can change that is right here. If you honestly put anyone on a pedestal, then you're already going to have an experience. You're going to have some difficult experiences against opponents. If you put anyone on a pedestal, then you might as well just hang it up, because you're not going to be able to beat them. You have to take the bull by the horns, find their faults. They are human like anyone else. And that's all you have to do, is raise yourself up. A certain comfort zone soar toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. There's so many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points. I cannot recommend Chess Informant publications highly enough. Despite the nature of the modern era with computing and ChessBase, you can actually receive a digital copy along with your subscription to Chess Informant and receive the benefit of all worlds. And of course, if you invest in other Chess Informant products, such as the 1000 Best of the Best, you'll be able to pick apart the annotations of the 1960s and improve your chess in that manner.
I couldn't just play what I wanted to play in a position. I had to play what the position dictated. In other words, if a plan was organic to the position, it succeeded. But if I try to force my will, let's just say like the 4-move checkmate, then it cannot possibly succeed against
the death of Tigran the Trojan. And on that particular Sunday, a young man walked into my establishment and told me that the world champion was dead. It was a Sunday morning. The Sunday morning Herald had the article in it, which he showed me. And I was so shocked. And I asked him, how are you so interested in chess? And he said that his father was the champion of the Berkeley, UC, California chess club. And that morning, I began playing him for 25 cents a game. And if he won, he would get the whole roll of quarters, which would be $10. And after about 3 games, I decided I had had enough, and this could not last. And I said, why don't I just teach you how to play the game? At the end of the week, he came back and he said, either my father is not telling the truth, or Berkeley had a really terrible chess. Aim higher. Set your standards higher. Be better. I mean, you're aiming at a level of player that is more or less intermediate. I already did this comment, or I already made this comment earlier, that players under 2400 are intermediate. So if you aim higher, aim at becoming a better player. Basically, Gotham Chess is an advanced intermediate player. He is hoping to become a grandmaster for a reason, because then he will be a real player. I would only hope to do the same thing myself, as my rating is even lower and weaker. I'm not as good as Gotham Chess yet. I am a hop, skip, and a jump above beginner. Our goal is that everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, when you are a certain strength, the rating points just come and go. If you have a bad day, your rating returns to your true strength on the very next day. So there's no reason, absolutely no reason for anyone to be fretting over rating points or anyone getting help on any particular move, when this is meant purely and entirely for training for actual real life events. Not sure how he's defending it now. I don't think he can defend it now. This is not good. There's even more where that came from. Maybe we could have berserked. Do not berserk. Never, ever, ever berserk.
And of course, the old discovered mate. I would actually like to call this the Reti mate, right? Where he sacked his queen on d8 and played bishop to g5 and bishop to d8 when the king ran to c7, as there were pawns here, rook on this square, knight on that square. So the Richard Reti mate followed by
Start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for an AP class in chess when you study Kasparov or Magnus. And if you've not passed all of your primary school classes, your fundamentals, your absolute basics, which are Lasker, Capablanca, Morphy, Alekhine, then it becomes very difficult to jump into science at a higher level. Piece coordination on a daily basis is always going to benefit you.
Arsenal fan Richie said, "Those bishops are pretty respectable."
They are, aren't they? Where are you going now? And I get a full rook out of this mess because we set up
Nope,
this
not an opening mistake.
little trap.
crossing my fingers that this is a pawn mate. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I wanted the pawn mate, and it let me down. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Our event is about to start, so we have to get going. I don't like to interrupt I don't really like to interrupt the reel in the middle of its rotation, but what can you do? Sometimes you have to do it. Mikhail Tall 9, good morning. I can already tell that the speech chat is not, or is it working? I really do need the speech chat to work for everybody because I'm so out of practice. Let's make sure that our board is set to the right size. I have not checked. Right after this game, I have to check to see what we need. But since we're playing Ariel Zamora and we need to show him the utmost respect, let us do that. Let's get a few things going and see if our playlist is going to accommodate us. Yes. Now, Victor Korsno is playing on the black side of this. This seems perfectly reasonable. And now, for something completely indifferent? Not sure what you're up to here, sir. Got rid of his outposted pawn. Now, I need to check on our volume. It's very low. Not sure if you can hear the music at all. But we are exchanging a side pawn for a center pawn, or are we not? Let's go for it. Let's try for this on all levels. It's been a while, Ariel Zamora. Welcome back. I don't really hear the music. I need a music check, Mikhail Tall. Is the music too low? Or is it just right? So he did make a move. I do want that bishop pair. And we are going in Grunfeld-esque proportions here. Grunfeld-esque proportions. Takes. We definitely need to try to get rid of one of his side pawns. So here we go. And we're off. For what it's worth, we are off. You're really going to take that, eh? Fair enough. Let's exchange it up. Not sure that was what exactly you were asking for. But it could be worthwhile. Let's keep it up. Bump it up, bump. Keep it up. We are just trying to tag some weaknesses. Remember, it's 2 plus 1. We need to get the bullet thingamajiggy into place. Not sure where you're going from here, sir. Not sure where you're going from here. We've got Do I want to take that? Yeah, let's take it. And get moving. We must get moving. Fair enough. The sound seems okay, but I'm not entirely positive of it. I need to get this copy link address. I believe that we still need F4. And I just also need to pin this message to the top of each.
In this case, it's Galaxy Finder.
Sorry, I just opened up Twitch to get to that fast and quick. This is the current tournament. And then on YouTube, make sure our volume isn't up. Pin this message. And on Twitch, I'm gonna pin that message. And now we're in business. All right, Ron. Sorry for the berserk. The accidental berserk. Not that I'm getting anything out of this. But we are going to go with... That was interesting. It was very, very interesting. Let's keep up the pressure. Tis a bummer. For what it's worth. Can I do that? Is this dangerous? It does look dangerous. That is the problem. It looks very, very dangerous. E4, knight G4, H3. I don't like it one bit. We're going to return the pawn. I think we're up a pawn. We're not up a pawn? That's a bummer. We are not up a pawn. It's one of those sad, sad states of affairs that we're not up a pawn. I don't know if Ron was trying to give me a break or what, but all right, moment of truth. Pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes. Not good. Queen back. Queen there. I'm gonna have to just live with it. Take advantage of the pin as fast and as best we can. We still seem to be attacking more knights than he can defend. Always trying to attack more knights than he can defend. And I got very lucky. If Ron was trying to be kind to me, It worked. Oh no, I still didn't look up whether we need enough F4s. How many F4s does it take to get to the center of a lollipop? And let's just play D3 for the moment. I blundered. He had Queen H4 check. I so blundered. That was very, 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 very awkward. Very, very awkward. Let's just keep it up. And now for something completely inane. Mm-hmm. That is what we needed. That is exactly what we needed to cut him off. That was fascinating. Did not expect you gift, but maybe he saw it coming. Maybe, just maybe he saw it coming. What's he threatening? Me. Of course. He's threatening me. Just going to keep everything battened down to the best of our ability. Hatch is inspired. Let's see where he's going with that. Wow. Where are you going with that? Here, check, there, check, everywhere, check, check. Good. I don't want to lose that pawn. I don't want to lose that pawn. That was what I should have done last move. That was what I should have done last move. Who knows what a night of good night's sleep will do for you. Customized time, 20 minutes? Yeah, that's good. That's a good time. So yes, you can join the arena. We are continuing with our golden games. Check out the best of the best. Chess Informants. Best games since 1966. The first 100 best games of the previous period, which is 6 months, every 6 months from 1966 to around 1980-ish. And then somewhere toward the mid to late 80s, it became the only, I should say, it became only the best game of the previous volume. They also have a really lovely, well, I don't play Bullet, so I won't be able to join. This is not really Bullet. You don't hear the music. Thank you for telling me. I didn't see that a while ago. Hold on. I need to find my volume control. I don't hear it either. So I'm thinking that I hear it at the same level that you hear it. I'll put it up to about 1/3 there. Cross my fingers that that's it.
Darkblade said, "Hello Sensei, it has been a while, but I did promise to catch the next stream. I could exam period is cooking me again, but I had a dream today about you reaching 2,400 bullet and beating the hell out of me."
You are on the right path with that dream. That much is true. I have noticed the ability or the technical side of my game improving slightly. And I realized what Ron has been doing to me as I was studying for myself. But thank you, Darkblade. You are the man. You are the myth. You are absolutely a legend, sir. By the way, it's all mindset and mental attitude to a great extent in everything that we do. I want you to know that you are cooking these exams, not the other way around. You are cooking these exams. These exams are your pet, your workhorse, your carousel. All you have to do is get on them and enjoy. These exams belong to you, bud. Mindset, ambition, discipline. Whatever it is that you take on, know that you're going to own it, and you're going to dominate, and you're going to take care of business. Whoop, didn't turn on my coffee warmer. I believe. Well, that I have to watch out for a bishop h6 slime. Viking, namaste. How are you, bud? So great to see you, man. It is so truly great to see you. Interesting gambit.
Darkblade said, "Thanks Sensei, it is a wild position to play, that is for sure, but saving worse positions is becoming a habit slowly."
That's really what it's all about. Okay, maybe that's not completely really what it's all about. But it certainly is one of those things. One of those things. One of those things. We're going to get there from here. It's only the exchange, Viking. Just get your pieces out as fast as humanly possible. Get your pieces out as fast as humanly possible. Oh no, what was that all about? I can now start on the checkers endeavor. The checkers endeavor. Vikings should not be playing bullet, it appears. I don't want to take his queen. I want him to take my knight. Please. Really? Queen there, a check, here a check, there a check. I never finished the opening. I'm happy that neither of us berserked. There's an illusion that we have so much time. Viking, what's going on, man? So I know we messaged or exchanged something, whether it was follows, on cheese.com. I'm hardly ever on cheese.com. I did promise myself that I was going to pursue and suck it up the titled end of cheese.com. But I did want to determine the gaining of rating points. Basically, if you pay for chess.com, you gain rating points 1.8% faster. So you get a little bit of a bonus on your rating scores when you are a premium member of cheese.com. So basically, if you don't pay, then you do not receive, or maybe you receive 1.8% less rating points. They offer you, if you become a premium member, you'll improve 1.8% faster. So I'm not necessarily sure if we're penalized for not being a premium member, or if we get a bonus after we pay in the rating point scale. I would like to see their rating point algorithm. On my life, forget it. The fraudster never woke up. What's going on here? I just saw this. I'm so sorry. Allison, what's going on there? On Kick. Something very unusual going on Kick. I want to see what the previous message is, or that message came out of nowhere. That was a very bot-like experience. We usually tend to decline these things.
I've never heard of chess.com handling ratings differently for premium members. Is that explicitly written somewhere or just hypothesized?
It is my hypothesis based on... Can I do it this way? No, I can't do it that way. It is my hypothesis based on every time I play a certain number of games, they offer me improvement of 1.8%. Now, how does one get improvement of 1.8%? You tell me. How does one get improvement of 1.8% guaranteed if you become a premium member? What do you think? What are the odds? Can I survive this? I do not know. But I do want to find out. Really? You're gonna go there, are you? Alrighty. We're in buckle down mode. Complete and utter buckle down mode. So here one, there one. I'm just gonna keep it up. Rook takes, bishop takes. Rook takes, I don't know. Looks a little sketchy, doesn't it? Does look a little bit sketchy. What is going on here, Ron? Ron is being unusually kind to me. So I think we have 3 days of...
Said, I would assume they draw those numbers by statistics, which would technically be somewhat accurate considering one has to like chess enough to pay for a membership versus a more casual player, and the people who would pay would probably be more inclined to analyze their games thoroughly, thus improve.
Wow, you are really, really taking that to the ultimate of its meaning. Thinking that people are actually going to do the work for the 1.8% if they're not already doing the work now, right? Let's give them a checkup. Oops. Can I do that? Do I need to do that? Oh no, Ron. You had me. You definitely had me. You most definitely had me. Oops. I do remember catching up with, or staying ahead of Ron to a certain extent on Bullet in the early stages. But that game should not have been so close. There was something going on with the knight g5 that I did not look at quite enough. But bishop e4 was pretty good.
Said, It is a common pattern. People who pay for the gym instead of working out at home do tend to skip less workouts, thus improve faster. Also, you missed a discovered check to win a rook there.
Did I? Are we certain about that? Not the end game, because his king was covering f2, right? Or did I have it? You might be right. I went to f7 instead, didn't I? I did. I went to f7 instead. Let's request that computer analysis. This was a pretty incredible... This was always decisive. There's no way because of queen f6. g6 runs into queen f6, and then queen e5 has to give up the queen. So bishop e4 was the best move, and I should have played queen takes e4. Of course I could have played queen takes e4. And after g6, I just double. Silly me. Absolutely silly me. And this pawn can never move because we have rook takes, queen takes. Which is what I was thinking we might have. All I could see was that I wanted to put a knight on this square. So let's just do it. So it was this. And already in this position, knight takes f6 check really appealed to me. Knight takes f6, g takes f6, bishop takes f6. And we're threatening all sorts of devastation. Just returning the piece for devastation. Did knight to g5 work? I don't think so. Certainly queen g4 might have worked. Queen g4, f5, rook takes f5, rook takes f5, queen takes f5, rook f8. It's got to be stripped. So anyway, rook on a to f1, and once again, this is devastating. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Must be devastating. There's no rook takes because of rook takes, queen takes c8. So now it's mate in 16 if I were to just play to bear down on this. But I went for this one instead. And I should not trade queens, huh? Just move over. g6, queen h3. Just keep the pressure. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. But I chose to take the material. It's probably the same amount of difficulty. Bishop takes is better than g4. And on h4, he had bishop g3, which was very embarrassing. So this was a nice blunder. Rook on 8 to f2. Oh. And then recapture with the rook. Won't bother some more. And once more I have rook on 8 to f2 or rook on 5 to f2 because his rook is trapped. We force the exchange of rooks. Then he had a draw. He worked his way all the way up for a draw, and now there's no avoiding this to a great extent. There's just no avoiding getting mated, or wait, or is there? Oh, that's the move. Now I get to meet check with check. How silly of me. And this is a definite bother. Rook e3, bishop c7. Still got it. want bishop to b8. That seems more poetic. Right?
Darkblade said, "Wow, that's beautiful."
It is. And then I played rook f1, and he had a draw. He should have just checked me perpetually here. I was very lucky that Ron was not on. Ron was not. Let's go back. Not the performance rating that Darkblade envisioned for me. Kind of lets everyone down. But I believe the next event starts in 15 minutes. We need to shrink our board, request computer analysis. How are we doing on connection? Are we doing well? And the next event coming up. And unpin our dojo messages. I don't know if you already did that, Darkblade. It looks like something that you might do. Unpin the message of the finished arena. That is beautiful indeed. I agree. So that was Ron Hay. Let's do the Ariel Zamora game. Quick reference. The analysis board is always smaller. So what about this? So here I blundered horribly, right? Here I blundered horribly. He has queen h4 check. Neither of us were really warmed up yet. Bishop h3 straight away is more crushing. I wanted to play h5 rather than allow him bishop f5. That was the problem. I really did want to allow him. Now I'm worse, but now I'm better again because of, I could just play queen e2, that's true. Oh, he always has bishop f5. Silly me, I completely forgot about that. I needed to play h5 before I played f5. Then he just gave up a piece for no reason. Now I'm up 2 pieces. Bishop takes 8 straight away. I thought so. Knight takes e5 would be desperation on his part. Oh, because I'm overworked. Yes. You went for this. I went for that. He should actually try to get the pawn fork in. Bishop takes h6 is still on. Obviously, my tactical requirements are not met yet, but king h2, I was still worried about this pawn. I don't know why. See the e5, e7. That is basically where I was headed, folks. That's where I was headed. Now it's game over because I just didn't see the checkmate. Queen g6, h8. And I failed to see bishop e6 because I forgot I had a bishop on this diagonal. I thought I was taking on that diagonal. So I thought I was taking on d5, interestingly enough. Even if I were taking on d5, we still have rook takes, queen takes, and then queen d5 to prevent him from taking that. One minute before we have to send the next alert out. Viking already did his analysis. Good. Great to hear it. Great to see it. Ron already did his analysis, unless I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I am going the wrong way. Profile. And when we filter these games, just want to make sure the computer analysis is available for all of these games. Oh, not white timeout. This was today. It's so strange that I didn't request it. Fair enough. I thought I was missing one. I didn't know which one. 960. We need to add some 960 to our rap. People are really not ready for 960, it seems like. Not at all. In any event, let's do this. Pinned message. Let's go back. I'm going to give you the same message. Control C, message all members. And then we'll copy this link address. And we'll go with our Ironman. Where can we find it? We're going to go to Ironman, Bullet, Blitz, and Rapid. There it is. Copy. Send it up. Oh, I should have said, sorry about that, everybody. I should have put it in this chat. I don't mean to repeat it. Try to pin that message. Let's pin each of them. Pin message. Pin message. What? Oh, you already pinned it? Did you already pin it, sir? I apologize. Pin that. Did I pin it? Oh, I know how to pin it. Silly me. Debating on whether or not this is a good time. Dirty. Dirty Flagger. I like it. So far, a relatively successful day. Only 30 rating points. I think I gained fewer than that, actually. I think my rating was higher than 2052 when I started. But it's true, I'm up 45 points roughly in the last 12 games. This is an average of the last 12 games, and you see these averages over here, minus 27. The Blitz seems to remain the same. Gained less than 3 minutes. I should be stronger in the Ultra Bullet if I just checkmate my opponents, right? Trivia question, what is the highest puzzle streak in time? What do you think? What does anyone think?
Darkblade said, Ultra is all about predicting whatever the opponent will play to catch them off guard. It is not about playing chess.
Indeed, it's not. That much is true. I feel like this should be here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Right? This is a very strange situation here. For number 21, it's never usually this difficult. So if I were to play this move, and the king were to move, and then I check, take. He has a lot of counterattacks. So therefore, check, check. Knight to e6, check, king to c8. I know the king's going to go to that square.
Darkblade said, check take g7 and f6 will hang, I think.
Well, f6 will hang, but he has a lot of counterplay over here. I feel that this has to be, unless I throw in this check. That's still obvious, but we're down a rook. And he's going to have a very active king and queen. Obviously, oh, there's a very simple solution. It became clear to me my visualization was not on at all. Not on.
Darkblade said, oh, that's not what I expected.
What in the world? What in the world is going on here? Oh, we can just pin it. That's not what I expected either, but I forgot about it completely. But usually when these puzzles are in the early stages, they allow for very creative finishes that you don't expect. I feel it's queen and then rook. How can it be anything but? If the king goes back, then rook d1 check, king f2, queen e1. Because he's so limited in his movement. Because he's so limited in his movement. I can't let him get anything without check, right? So we're just going to attack the pin thing again. And the queen cannot get back in time, because f3 is covered. Oh, wise guy. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was a free queen. I was like, why can't I? How did I not expect that counterattack? It's just a Botez gambit, ladies and gentlemen. The power of the Botez. Here we remove the defender of the rook. And we had queen f6 check. Just want everybody to see if rook to g8, if queen to f6 check, king to e8. Queen takes e6 check, king to f8, knight to g7 check, king to g7, queen to h6 mate. No, yes, maybe so. Maybe. In any event. Uh-oh, it's 6:15, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for us to get a move on. As much as I would love... Now... Control X. Now we can pin a new message.
Friedrichsburg said, hello.
We don't know what we need. I still haven't done my research. I should have used that valuable puzzle streak time to confirm my message. And then... to unpin the other. Then this one. What in the world? Let's not worry about whether or not we get exchanged. There a check, there a check. Was expecting Queen E7 check to take care of it. Friedrich, good morning. Uh-oh, is the YouTube subscriber speech chat not working? Control panel. Chat. Filters. Keywords. Events. User groups. YouTube. Did you change your name, Friedrich? Oh, this is a different account. I hope you're subscribed on all of your accounts, buddy. Subscribers. Moderators on Twitch. Let's do that. We'll do moderators on Twitch since Kick does not seem to be working. And we're going to do all normal users for a change. We're going to see what happens here. Testing.
Friedrich Oberg said, "It's the same one." Streamlabs said, "Join the dojo to get notifications of scheduled events which always feature an increment and a time control worth learning from https lichess.org Team Master Chess Dojo. It is about doing your best." Streamlabs said, "Applying yourself daily. Also join Master Chess Dojo Rapid Classical https lichess.org Team Master Chess Dojo Rapid Classical. Lastly, Daily Dojo Bullet." Streamlabs said, https lichess.org Team Master Chess Dojo.
That was moderators on YouTube. But it should be moderators on Twitch. Light didn't move. Ahmed, what happened, buddy? I always hate that, the 3 free rating points. You know what I mean? Not so great. I need to get back to the book reviews too. We're fast and furiously behind in book reviews. Everyone knows what that's all about, right? Absolutely tried to slime the Bullet Master with his own petard. Can I do this? I don't know.
Darkblade said, "An admirable effort against a bullet player proven futile."
Yes, indeed. I believe that he is way overdue. He wins one every 4 to 5. Today is his day. He is most certainly winning today. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Make sure that there's no funny business. Oh, I can't let that happen, can I? Let's see what he's got. I sort of know what he's up to here. But I don't have much of a choice. It's very sad. Yes, yes. Wise guy. Weisentheimer Schmidt. Weisentheimer Schmidt. Weisentheimer Schmidt. What was that all about? Okay. Trying to get to a better square than this one. That much is true. Pawn takes. Knight takes. This, that, and the other thing. We do need more center pawns. That much is true. What the world needs now is more center pawns. Do I want to even defend that? Yes, I do have to make an effort to defend it. Interesting. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Yeah, that's a bummer. Oh, you chose that way. I don't believe you chose that way. tempting him. Did I do it that way? No, I think we just do it this way. Can I? Oof. This game is a lot easier when you don't try to Lafong an opponent.
Nice bait in the end. Darkblade said, GG.
Yes. Low battery guy. Welcome to the stream. We do need to get the other one up there. How do we get the other one up there? Rapid to follow. Where's the rapid? Ah, yes, there it is. Copy link address. I do have... thought I had some DOS key ability in the Streamlabs CloudBot, but I'm wrong. Yeah, I was very lucky once again. I could see a massive loss in my future. Massive. Massive loss. So we have 5 or 6 birthdays thanks to Paul 1E4 to register. Just bringing them up because I did want to try to do them this morning before my first lesson, which is shortly after our 3rd event. Fulberg, not playing. Oh, he is playing. He's playing AGM 2303. Could be a time for coffee.
Darkblade said, I somehow hallucinated that I had moved the other night before NC3 and straight up hung a night that was quite embarrassing on my part.
But you know what was even worse is that even after I took that piece, I was still down a piece. I was still down a piece. I was down 2 pieces. Embarrassingly, I was down 2 pieces. Ron, good morning. Here we go. I was just about to leave for coffee. I wasn't sure if you were really around. Let's give him a BOGO Indian-style checkup. Let's not let any pins happen. Wow, that's weird. Is he trying to trap me? He is trying to trap me. That was very rude of him. No, did that really happen? That really did happen. Not only did that happen, it happened on my watch. That's craziness. I'm going to treat it like I'm down a piece. How about that? I'm going to try to treat it as though I'm down a piece. Oh, you've got that, do you? Oh my God. That's craziness, Ron. You would do that to me? That is so impolite. I don't have much of a choice, eh? Bishop takes, knight c3, bishop g3. It's just either I do this with all of the pieces on the board or not. I need my dark squared bishop, I decided. Oh my God, it's worse. Worse than I thought. Much, much worse than I thought. Much worse. Much worse than we thought. Oh, you went for that instead, Dudovich. Check, check. Can I get away with this at all? Bollocks. I was pretty sure he was winning a queen. I was really positive that he was winning a queen. Straight up winning a queen. I'm not sure what this was about. But okay, okay. Oh, I couldn't really threaten him. Is that the story? Do I have anything worth writing home about? It's not like Ron is going to catch me, right? Wise guy. All right.
Mechanical said, how did my opponent make 3 moves with 0.8 seconds the clock?
We always play with increment in the dojo. Now, if you berserked, that is a different story, but we can pre-move. You see, on chess.com, you can make 20 pre-moves in a row on chess.com. You can play 20 pre-moves in a row, but they do exact a penalty for the 20 pre-moves. On lead chess, because you cannot make 20 pre-moves, you can only make the very, very next move. I don't believe there's a penalty. Should have really played that move when I had the chance. So we'll go for it anyway. Keep him out of my D3 square. Interesting. A very interesting move there. Oh, you got away with it. Oh, not quite, I guess. You didn't completely get away with it. My knight is still living large and enjoying life on Mars. And still living life on Mars, it seems. Life on Mars. Life on Mars. Before he gets any wise ideas that he thinks he can attack me, we're gonna have to bother him here. I feel like this is getting out of control. Don't you? Is attacking me. I'm definitely feeling attacked. Bishop to B7. Where is my rook going, by the way? If he bothers me. Let's just get our stuff moving. Yes, we were expecting that. Ladies and gentlemen, we were expecting you. Queen to G5. Queen there. That's a blunder, huh? Fine. It was indeed a blunder. And now for something completely indifferent. Queen to G4. Knight to E7. Oh, that's a bummer. I do not have it here. It looks very cool, though. But I can't play it. It's a bummer. Yeah. Do I dare? I don't know what you're threatening. Let us pretend that we're not threatening anything. Very lucky. Much better to be lucky than good. No catching Ron at this stage with our time control. But yes, there is, because you can only make one pre-move at a time, there's no penalty, I don't think. There's no time penalty. I think Hikaru Nakamura commented on this. That because you can make 20 pre-moves in a row or more on chess.com, there is a microscopic time penalty on each pre-move. And because you can only make one pre-move at a time on Lichess, you still actually have to think. And you still actually have to hesitate. And you still have to actually do your pre-move, etc. So 3 moves with 0.1 seconds is not a big deal. I think that would even fly on cheese.com. Because I think it's in the tenths of a second that you lose. Dragon Emperor. The rematch. No, I was offering you a Grunfeld reversed instead of a King's Indian reversed. Let's go with this route. Mm. Yes, some subtle positional play with the D3 square being a weakness. Not a big deal, obviously. What happened to our sound? Right? What happened to our sound? Seems strange our sound is gone. Ragtime? Now, how to get to that square? Dark Blade would actually know more about the time penalty versus pre-moves as given on cheese.com or on VHS. He follows that a little bit more closely than I do. So now here he has got this. Da 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 da. Why didn't I take advantage? Maybe because I think I have it next move. Where is the queen going? And what does it all mean? Get it? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? Very well and good. There's more where that came from. Oh, he finally got rid of his bishop? No way. Or do we want to do that? Yeah, there and yonder. No, we're going to keep it. At least I'm going to try to keep it. Now that we are, in theory, totally winning on the queen side. Does he have any way in? Whoops. That was most definitely a whoops. Really? Bota's Gambit declined? Bota's Gambit declined, folks. The other day, this reminded me because I know Dark Blade was trying to pummel the daylights out of me, even to the very last threads, but
Dark Blade said, I had to go for something. I knew it wouldn't work.
no, I was mentioning the other day that someone was in a totally lost position against one of our students in the morning rapid. And they could have let the time run out. They sat there thinking about it, believe it or not. And then they made a couple more moves to test our student. And then they resigned right before the arena ended, which was very Lee Chessian of them. Because on chess.com, you would actually let the time run out to avoid the, and I've done that, ironically. I've accidentally done that to keep my my presence. Let's say Ron's in first place. I'm lucky to be in third place. C'est la vie. But most of the time, we're just too involved. I actually know that Ron offered me a draw at one other moment in a relatively drawn position. Maybe he was clearly better. Right before the arena ended, especially in an offerspiel event, to try to give me the leg up, and I didn't see it. I just don't register the fact that I'm trying for something. And then, of course, the time for the arena ran out, and we didn't have it. So what were Dark Blade's greatest accomplishments? He clobbered Mikhail Tal twice. Did not take advantage of a failed Lafang. Interesting. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. But let's get the next one going. Wait a minute. Ironman Bullet Blitz and Rapid. Hopefully that's the right tournament. No. Oh, that was the Blight tournament. Yes, we're on to the Blitz. We're on to the Bullet now.
Said, I get 98 in a game, but I think not SC3, perhaps BXD5, then RX at sort.
98%. Yes, no, you clobbered me. I was thinking that you should have had knight f3 check, knight h4 check when my king moves. And then you just take my queen, right? Or was your bishop hanging? Your bishop was hanging? Is that the story?
Said, Mikhail almost gave me a run for my money in that second game. Check the ending. Ha ha ha.
All right, I will. I'm going to get this notification out very quickly. Message all members. And then we need this. Copy link address.
Mikhail Tal said, Dark Blade 5-8 though I sunk. I should have moved faster. I should have won on time.
Were you berserking, the both of you? I don't think anyone should win on time in this league, except for perhaps in the bullet.
Mikhail said, yes, both were circling.
You guys are nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. You guys are nuts. And let's put the stream link up just because we haven't done that in a while. We have not yet done that in a while. We're at 30-30. I just wanted to check our members. 6185 and 802. I've always thought about doing this. So we're going back to the blitz to check Darkblade, even Dragon Emperor, Darkblade versus Mikhail Tal.
Pegasus Sway said, you played NC3 but it was worry about BXE5 then RX at 7 if KX7 then QH5.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Don't you just have Knight F3 check there? Knight F3 check. King has to go to C1, I imagine, right? But you played bishop to... I can't remember. I'm going to look at it again in a moment. There we go. So, Dragon Emperor playing the cow. I don't know what the cow is. Someone has to tell me what the cow is. I do not know. All I can imagine is that a cow is someone you find yourself with in the pub after too many drinks. I don't necessarily know that it has to be a Swedish pub. I would probably have supported this. But this looks okay. Queen F5, very solid. We've got 3 pawn islands, so our endgame is not necessarily superior. Got a lot of work ahead of us. I'm very curious as to whether or not we could have gotten away with putting our knight on a better square. Could we have gotten our way with putting our knight on a better square? Knight to b4, rook to b3. Knight takes c2, rook takes b7, check.
Both of us were berserking. I had a 10-second lead, but Sunken lost on time.
Oh, no. But many of these patterns, this is what it's all about, in my opinion. I agree that Darkblade had a point about anticipating the opponent's moves. But rook on a to d8, rook on a to c8. I believe this is the weakness here on c3. So he decided to bolster his pawn rather than go for the weakness on that square. And they've stopped it.
Said, Darkblade had 8 seconds on the clock in the...
No, I understand that. Take a look. We can see the times here. It's 1:05 to 1:13 at the top. Hopefully everyone can see the time at the top very clearly. Oh no! This looked very dangerous. I think it's mate. You don't need to find any moves if you find something very akin to or close to mate. It's not mate yet, obviously. But certainly, after this and that, it's going to be made. All right, so let's see what happens. You took first. Oh no, but we don't have it anymore. I see. We don't have it anymore. We had to do it last move, yes. And I probably would have taken back with the rook. just to keep the pawn structure intact. Rook check, rook check. You went for it this way? I guess it's the same thing. Don't trade rooks. Well, maybe you did need to at least get your rook to the C file, though. Or maybe you can simplify this way and then just go after the pawn and take it. That. But now we're in trouble. We're just playing in trouble, whether or not we think the time is a factor or not. In this position, it's much better just to get the king up. Take that pawn. I'm not sure why we're defending. We don't get anywhere by defending. I repeat, we don't get anywhere by defending, folks. We're dead lost when the two pawns reach the 6th rank. They're dead lost when the two pawns reach the 6th rank because there's no stopping the pawn from becoming a queen. 2 pawns in the 6th rank are worth a rook. Yes, yes. But your time is still good. I'm not sure why we did this. Why did we do this? Why did we do this? All because of rook f1, right? Boston cover. Checkers. Do need a plan for activation. Don't forget which way your pawns are going. Ouch. No, it's true. You really do have to just look forward and see good solid moves that can improve your position. When we lost our rook, that was the end of it. But most important thing here to remember was that once this rook moves over, I think we could just play takes. At worst, we can just play takes. There's nothing here. Nothing to see here, folks. We can take and to go back as well. Small it coming.
Said 1 second W no increment if I.
Yes, that's true. I'm going to go forward to see the drama there. So 16 seconds is still plenty of time. 8 seconds to 2 seconds. I don't know. We still needed a move that could do something, maybe. .7 seconds for black. Oh, then white's the one who ends up running out of time. Wow. You gambled everything on an only move. You gambled everything on an only move with a 2-second advantage. Any other move, you were probably good. Because all you have to do is just avoid getting mated. That's your main goal in life. Just avoid getting mated. And you're in business. You're absolutely in business. Maybe even queen to h1. That's unusual enough. Queen check, king moves back. Back, back, back. In any event, that was a very exciting game. It's true. I need to get some.
Darkblade said I had pre-move checks of my own. If he didn't check me, I would start checking in earn time.
Oh,
Well
yes.
played,
But that's why he has to cover the...
his choice was right.
I disagree. He took way too much time to think about it, though. But obviously, you have pre-moves of your own. I do think that he should have placed the queen in the center of the board to prevent all of the checks. He had an extra second per move to think about it, so it would create problems. You could have hung your queen, and then it would have been a whole different story. I agree that there's no correct answer as well. But still, the intermission. Be right back. Coffee, ladies and gentlemen. The arena is about to start. Whoop, and I didn't pin the message.
The secret to chess is not moving, by the way. That is one of the little known secrets. Not moving, more thinking. See everything about your possible destination before you move. Always look back and see what you could have done better, what you were planning on doing, and what succeeded, what worked, and what didn't. Always look back at your games, review, and learn. Studying the game in its entirety is the way to go. You have to develop all parts of your game equally in order to increase in strength, because opponents are going to be weak in various areas of the game, and if you can win 2 out of 3 of the areas of the game, then like on American Idol or any of those voting survivor shows, you will move on to the next phase. If they're attacking your rooks, threaten the queen. If they're attacking your queen, threaten checkmate and pawn. And in all cases, you can counterattack with check as an in-between move. Counterattack, the #1 tool, recommended by grandmasters.
It's really all about your diet. You know, you are what you study. And if you study great players, you play great chess. Playing blitz with Hikaru Nakamura, or regularly playing blitz with someone who literally shows you glaringly what you're doing wrong, like that. There is no substitute for the old-fashioned, just getting slapped across the face when you make the mistake. Just no substitute.
The problem is that right now, I believe that Ron is the better player, and nothing's going to change that. The only person that can change that is right here. If you honestly put anyone on a pedestal, then you're already going to have an experience. You're going to have some difficult experiences against opponents. If you put anyone on a pedestal, then you might as well just hang it up, because you're not going to be able to beat them. You have to take the bull by the horns, find their faults. They are human like anyone else. And that's all you have to do, is raise yourself up. A certain comfort zone soar toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. So many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points? I cannot recommend chess informant publications highly enough. Despite the nature of the modern era with computing and ChessBase, you can actually receive a digital copy along with your subscription to Chess Informant and receive the benefit of all worlds. And of course, if you invest in other Chess Informant products, such as the 1000 Best of the Best, you'll be able to pick apart the annotations of the 1960s and improve your chess in that manner.
I couldn't just play what I wanted to play in a position. I had to play what the position dictated. In other words, if a plan was organic to the position, it succeeded. But if I try to force my will, let's just say like the 4-move checkmate, then it cannot possibly succeed against
After the death of Tigran the Trojan. And on that particular Sunday, a young man walked into my establishment and told me that the world champion was dead. It was a Sunday morning. The Sunday morning Herald had the article in it, which he showed me. And I was so shocked. And I asked him, how are you so interested in chess? And he said that his father was the champion of the Berkeley UC California chess club. And that morning, I began playing him for 25 sets a game. And if he won, he would get the whole roll of quarters, which would be $10. And after about 3 games, I decided I had had enough, and this could not last. And I said, why don't I just teach you how to play these? At the end of the week, he came back and he said, either my father is not telling the truth, or Berkeley had a really terrible chess. Aim higher. Set your standards higher. Be better. I mean, you're aiming at a level of player that is more or less intermediate. I already did this.
But he seemed to forgive me minutes later when we got that
earlier. That players
when he let me pet him, jump up into my hand.
So if
I
you
felt
aim
terrible
higher,
because he's outside the door.
becoming a better player. Basically, Gothic chess is an advanced intermediate player. He is hoping to become a grandmaster for a reason, because then he will be a real player. I would only hope to do the same thing myself, as my rating is even lower and weaker. I'm not as good as Gotham chess yet. I am a hop, skip, and a jump above beginner. Our goal is that everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, when you are a certain strength, the rating points just come and go.
For some reason, I wasn't even joined. That could have affected the attendance. Good morning. I do have to make sure that I'm almost or relatively included in the stream. So if I pin the message, which message is pinned? The whole message is pinned, I hope. We do have 2 people playing. We're missing Viking. Wherever you are, Viking. My rapid rating is just so much lower than the arena. Let's see what's going on between Rajab and Obadi. There's a lot of pressure on G on F7. I don't know. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Good taking advantage of a pin, Rajab. Standard operations here. Massive trouble. brewing. I'm not sure. We have to just find the best possible square for our knight, for our rook, so that the knight doesn't fork us. Some of these moves are just not going to do. Back is safest, but bishop g4 is still annoying. But it's still annoying. Ouch! No, we couldn't leave the e-file. Ouch. I'm so sorry to see that, Faubourg. Your opponent was good. We're here to learn, everybody. We're here to learn. All right, and never berserk. Never, ever, ever berserk. I used to play these positions rather religiously. The Yugoslav variation of the King's Indian with knight c3, knight c6, d5. But I have to trade off one microscopic advantage for another. How long do we want that on for? 30 minutes? Oh no, we're out of battery? What? I hope that's not the case. We'll see. WWC, Bobby. Interesting. Patterns sting. What is going on here? Oh, I forgot I was berserking. I don't have time for this. I do not have time for this. At all. I do want him to have a good chance to win, but I don't really want him to have that great a chance to win. Right? Everybody understands what I'm talking about. Interesting.
Friedrichsburg said, lol.
Indeed. That is definitely a lull. Absolutely lull. I want everybody to have good chances. The only reason why I berserked. We finally have ganged up on. What in the world? Durdovich. I don't see the point on that one. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, maybe I see the point now. Two pieces for a rook. With a very long arena ahead of us. Two pieces for a rook and a very long arena ahead of us. Okay. That's a pretty good move there, sir. Oh, no! Yeah, that will tax my playing ability. Take it, sir. Take it. Take it away. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3. Not sure why I'm playing on. He's too good of a player for this. He's just too good of a player for this. Boo! There's a very cool knight made in there somewhere, I think. But okay. There was a very cool knight made in there. Yeah, that was a bad one. But queen f3 was a very good move. I had to just protect f7 with the rook. If I had that ability, I had to protect f7 with the rook. I was trying to do something very fancy, and I forgot that I had touched my queen. I'm fairly sure that I forgot that I touched my queen. I couldn't move my knight. Equal material, c'est la vie. We do have to do this. Really? Do I dare? Well, that was nice of him. I'm going to pretend like you didn't just do that, sir. We will pretend like we're still friends. Yes. And the point being... Can we? Oh, I see. I do have to go on a little bit of an expedition. A little bit of an expedition, movie. Oh, you took the bait. Wow. Okay. Good for you. For you. After all, that pawn on c2 was quintessential for the win, yeah? Especially that pawn on c2 was quintessential for the defense of the king side. Okay. You really are getting rather rambunctious. Do I want to sack it? I feel like I do. But it looks like you're getting it no matter what. Right? Are you getting the exchange no matter what? Yes, you are. You are getting the exchange no matter what. Why am I not taking material when I'm supposed to? This whole time I've been taking material? It's craziness. It may give me a leg up in the real world, though. That was kind of him. So we have 3 attackers. And he has fewer defenders, perhaps. Mikhail Tall, welcome back.
Gandalf F. Mr. Potter said, I like this style of play.
Gandalf, yes. Well, certainly, I'm definitely throwing everything into it. I don't necessarily know if my opponent is throwing everything into it. But there's not too late for G5, sir. Not too late for G5. Moving the G-pawn before I get any wise ideas about it. Could be the shot. Check. Interesting. Okay.
Demetrius B. Thanks for following.
Can I just guard it? Or do I attack it? Oh, I don't have I do not have another. How could I dance with another when I saw her standing there? She wouldn't be like no other, and I saw her standing there. One of these days, I might fall under 5 minutes.
Gandalf F. Mr. Potter said, great chess and great vocals complete package.
Oh, thank you, Gandalf. I think that you are blowing a wee bit of smoke up, though I am not that good, mind you. His next move is key. His next move is key. His next move is key. Yeah, I was a little worried about that there. Wanted.
Mikhail Tal said, can I ask a question? You are national master, which is 2001 online ratings are inflated compared to fight, so it should be 240, 250. Why does it show 2000? No offense, just asking.
What rating are you talking about? My lowest rating? This is more or less a little bit of an insult to my age, more than anything. Right? I believe that what you are asking. I should have played Bishop G4. Maybe not. But it is mostly an insult to my age, unfortunately. If you must know the truth. When you are getting older, your rating goes in the opposite direction. We have grandmasters playing in the New York Winter International who are 2300 and 2200. You have grandmasters who are 2200. Where are you headed, sir? And what does it all mean? Grandmasters and international masters that are 22 and 2300. It is indeed a sad case.
Gandalf F. Mr. Potter said, a 95 nanometer is now maybe 1500 in strength. You must be young.
I am young, indeed. Just wait till you turn 29. Bobby Fischer reached his peak and became world champion at the age of 29. It is getting younger and younger these days. So after the age of 29, your rating starts to, and I'm trying to fight it. I really am. I am trying to fight it. I am having fun. I agree. I am having fun.
Dark Blade said, just got another checkmate with Shunya 2 seconds on my clock in Blitz. My time management for 3 minutes games is so off, but at least I can still play Bullet.
At least you can still play Bullet indeed. So anyway, getting back to Gandalf. Actually, Mikhail Tal. Sorry, Mikhail Tal. I appreciate Gandalf's words of encouragement, but it is a bother that the kids are even stronger nowadays than when I was at my prime. It is very much a bother. And you just don't have the same energy, ambition, or focus that you have when you are in your prime. which is roughly between the ages of 17 and 30. I believe that is when you were in your prime. You can obviously keep it well after that, like Korchnoi did, but even he did not stay, top 2 in the world. He fell and fell and fell. I remember Grandmaster Arthur Bisquire, God rest his soul, is such a sweet guy. When he left us, he was at his floor of 2200. I think there was a floor of 2200. I do know that there was a woman's grandmaster, Miran Scher's wife. I'm trying to remember, Ala Grinfeld. Her rating was around 15 or 1600. She was a women's grandmaster, and they kept taking her title off of the server when the moderators would see her, because they didn't really believe that it was her because she was 15 or 1600. And if you watched her play, you'd refuse to believe this was a women's grandmaster, or let alone any type of title player. But like Miran, Grandmaster Miran, she was up there in years. And she would message me, because I was a moderator at the time, and she would message me and say, someone remove my title again.
Gandalf F. Mr. Potter said, of course, but who actually cares if you still enjoy chess, and since when is 2000 is bad? Also, you have a much bigger bag of tricks than most people. As you grow older, who cares if you can still calculate?
That's true.
Like your prime, just my opinion.
No, I still have my moments. I enjoy chess to the fullest. I'm not talking about that. Basically, it's not unlike a college degree, right? There are people who actually earned college degrees and still voted for the Republican Party in the last election. I mean, can you imagine what kind of brain cells that they had to lose? Obviously, right? Let's go for the true sniper. I believe. I'm just going to go for it.
F. Mr. Potter said, OMG, yes, exactly.
Can you imagine the people actually voted for that guy, of all things? Do I want to do that? Do I want to? I guess I'll try. I'm gonna leave my D pawn right where it is. I'm gonna see where his king wants to go. Really? I am tempted. All right, fine. I am very tempted if you're going to throw the kitchen sink at me. Keep it up. Got everything covered, folks. Everything is covered. And he is having some fun. That's all that matters. That was a blunder. You should have played rook takes.
American politics are a topic best left untouched, to say the least.
Why didn't he take? That's what's so bizarre, right? Why didn't he take that? It doesn't matter.
Gandalf F. Mr. Potter said,
I'm getting mated, huh?
by the way, it's similar to all things in research. My and most researchers' peak is late 20, early 30. That's when most scientists with breakthroughs have them. After that, it becomes much harder, only natural.
So queen takes, I'm not worried about it. Other things I'm worried about. Oh, shoots. Now I'm worried about queen takes. He's threatening mate in two different ways. There's just no stopping it. Why did I put my pawn on d5? I meant to put it on d6 just to get my stuff out. Oh well, we can make him work for it a little bit. Yes, you got it. C'est la vie. Cheers and ciao. I am also going out of my way to play non-standard openings routinely and often. So, if you have not yet noticed, if you check my openings in the Opening Explorer, I am attempting, as I have, let's just go with the player, to play every single first possible move. Like I have 60% in everything for the most part. A4, 56%. What? So 65, 3K, 3K. I'm trying not to do too many more of these. I don't like that it's rounding off my numbers. But 879 F4s, I'm much closer to 1K.
Oh, wow.
So G4, this is not a statistical analysis, but B4 is 1% better than G4. H3 on the first move is not necessarily any worse than D3. Across the whole board of all of the first moves, I have 62%. So knight A3, 20 games. I have to pick up the pace on those, obviously. Knight H3, 20 games. 200. I wanted to play 200 with every first move at one time. And then after the move E4, I believe I've played all of the replies. I'm trying to bring up G6, wherever it is. It's down here at 50. Can you imagine that I've only got 50 G6s? I think I've got much more than that by now. I've been playing G6 pretty regularly to try to get all of these over 100 if I could. I don't necessarily want these over 100. G5, F6, F5, and A5, but I think I should at least play them 20 times for a good statistical survey, right? For a good statistical survey. Dinekis is back. Welcome back from Greece. He has been with us a long time. Joined 6 years ago. Yes, he has been in the stream for 5 years off and on.
Said, an interesting ideology. You can use any opening to bully your opponent, granted that you read better at chess.
Well, unfortunately, some young whippersnapper from Norway who actually became world champion doing exactly the same thing stole my style.
I have sharpened my D4 default repertoire a little bit.
Nice. In general, I was watching a YouTube video with Kostya Kostovutsky and Jakob Akkard trying to find errors in his game after the Killer Chess Academy arena. All right. Ready? Let's go. I got your D4 repertoire right here. Three seconds, 5 moves, terrible. Or 2.5 seconds for 5 moves, terrible. I do want absolute control over the E5 square.
Darkblade said, my new favorite opening is called Played G3 and figuring the rest on the way.
The reverse sniper is really, really good. I remember once I had a student where we were entertaining the thought of the sniper. We won as black and as white the same exact way. Almost with the same moves, amazingly enough. Identical and almost with the same moves. I am going to have to boogie if I'm going to catch the top 3. Am I worried? Yes, of course I'm worried. Two minutes. Is my rook trapped? Or is it not? Maybe it is. Maybe. Maybe he could have saved that one until later. Maybe he could have saved that one until later. OMG, did I do it again? I feel like I might have done it again. God help me.
Darkblade said, I can smell the wind from here.
If a wind were to have a smell, this is what it would smell like. I'm not going to be bothered with the bishop. So we can catch the third place fellow that just beat us. But that's about it. So how is he doing? We have Fulberg versus Norman, Danekis versus Rajab, and RRR the Legend. RRR, by the way, is one of my favorite movies. Amazing choreography, amazing storyline, lovely cinematography. RRR, ladies and gentlemen. I think I watched it 3 times. I had to show it to everybody. But yeah, the reversed. Oh, I have to get ready to go. My wife is heading to the train station. I could have told her just to take the car, now that I think about it. Who are we going to visit? That is the question. I am looking. I really am. Looks like Deanna is the only one streaming. Ah! I did not realize the sound was on. Bings? C'est la vie, everyone. C'est la vie. I can't do that in that one, can I? Or do I have to do it in this one? I don't know. It seems to have worked. We can look at our channel, see who else is in the chess category. Maybe there's somebody that we're missing. I'm coming. Anyway, thanks everyone. Cheers and ciao. Have a great day. It has been lovely. All in all, a relatively okay arena or two. Stay strong, stay diligent, stay disciplined. Have a super great day, everybody. Cheers and ciao.